So we're going to continue now. So last time we have this frame, we already assigned specific materials and the properties of this framing system, as we can see here. So today we are going to learn how to load this framing system. So basically, let us have a recap. Una muna, set up. So you need to place your jobs description there if you want. And then the geometry, you establish the model by the 4 steps or methods that we have introduced. And then after which, punta na tayo sa general. So we have delegated properties for members, the column and the beam. And from that, we can use the tools to check our duplicates, orphan nodes, warp plates, zero length members, and overlapping collinear member. So we can also use the select feature to isolate floor to floor, and we can also use this one, the select cursor for vertical members. So this is the display hole structure, subukan natin. So from the tools, or select beams parallel to X, select and then beams parallel to X if we need the X. So lahat ng member parallel sa X, isa-select niya. Ganon din dito sa ibang axis, say Y axis and Z axis. So those are the basics of that tool. So maraming feature yan actually. Tool tsaka select tabs. Okay, so pagkatapos ng property, of course, we had performed an offsets, sa mga beams at members. So we treat all of this as a beam kasi nga, if you notice, yan, center to center ang pagka-join ng mga member, kaya kailangan nating i-offset yan pababa at saka pagilid. So we have actually performed that last time. So we will just skip this kasi na-discuss naman natin yan last time. So parang susundan mo lang to, nasa general na tayo. Una muna property, sunod yung specs, pagkatapos support. So sa support, we create support. So one thing to remember in support system of the frame is the features of the supporting soil, So kapag yung supporting soil is a hard strata, if we will reach a hard strata, we are going to create a fixed support, Now, kapag yung supporting soil naman is stiff soils, we are going to create a hinge connection. Okay? A pin or hinge connection. So either fixed support or pin connection or hinge support yung ating magiging support sa framing system. So aside from that, if you have an advanced knowledge on modulus of subgrade, you can also use a support that is acting like a spring. Okay, that is acting like a spring. Now in this case, we'll just assume na meron tayong stiff soil. So I'm going to create a pin here. So from dito, no? Support, tapos we create. And then pinned. So we just add that for a while. And then kunin mo yung top view, punta ka dito sa nodes cursor, and then select all of this. If you wanted to check that, just switch to the isometric view, and then we check this one, assign to selected nodes. We select this one. Muna dapat i-select mo muna to, and then select mo yung node, check that by isometric view, and then we assign. So yan. So now that the support were already assigned, we will move on to the loading. So our discussion here will be limited to seismic definition. So yung scope natin sa earthquake definition tayo. Anyway, you can always define your wind definition as introduced before, no? And you can also use a separate analysis for your earthquake. So for our definition, kailangan lang nating tandaan na lahat ng i-define natin dito sa seismic definition are the fixed loadings. So meaning that yung mga loading ng self-weight or those elements that are permanently attached to your structure together with the self-weight, yung mga structural elements. Okay? So let us start. So we just add. Okay, ulitin ko, no? We just take this one and then we add. Okay, and then sa seismic parameters, we are going to select the latest from this software, which is UBC 1997, and then we include the accidental loads. Okay, we include the accidental load. So we are now ready to fill up these parameters. So remember, itong parameters na ito was introduced in my previous slide regarding these variables. Okay, so actually nasa ano rin yan sa NSCP because our code is within UBC 1997. So isa-isahin na natin to, himay-himay na natin. For the first parameter, we have importance factor. So let me go back to my slide. So itong importance factor, it is according to table 208-1. Say we have standard occupancy na lang tayo, we are going to adapt 1.0. Okay, so we input that one, 1. Itong R na to, ito yung according to the type of the building framing system. So ito, response modification factor for reinforced concrete. So in this case, we are going to choose 8.5 kasi ito seismic resistant, ano, special reinforced or special RC moment frames. So we have an R of 8.5, ano? So 8.5. So again, we input that for both X and Z direction. Okay, so for the soil profile type, we have this table, ano? So 5 yan. Say nasa SD tayo, no? So yan ay pang-apat. So, the fourth soil type, stiff soil profile. So, here, we just tick that one and tick this one for, okay. So, next is the near source factor, NA and NV. We also have table for that. Say we refer to the table here. We assume na yung near source factor natin na NA tsaka NV is greater than 10 kilometers. Okay. So, we will just use 1. Okay. So, closest distance to known seismic source and then closest distance to known seismic source also. So, parehas lang pero magkaiba sila ng range of values. Say for example, our structure is beyond 20 kilometers from a localized fault. That is why ito nga, may mga maps tayo dyan. Okay? To refer to. So, assume na beyond 20 kilometers. So, NA natin is 1 and NV rin natin is equal to 1. So, just input that. And then ito, paano naman yan? CT. So, the CT value is depending on the provisions of the code in the structure period. Okay? So, ito yung reference natin. CT is equal to 0.08534 steel moment resisting frame. But, in this case, we're gonna use 0.0731 for RC. Okay? 0.0731 yan. So, we input it in here, 0.0731. Okay? So, ngayon, we need to compute for the structure period for X and Z direction. So, actually, parehas lang naman yung kanilang height, ano? So, we're gonna use here the largest height. So, una muna, from the ground or from the support, okay, hanggang sa taas. Say, ito, 1.9 plus 3, 4.9 plus another 3, that is 7.9. So, 7.9 yung ating height. And the formula is this one. The structure period is computed by the product of a CT times the height raised to 3/4. Okay? So, I have here a spreadsheet. No? Palitan ko lang yung height. Dito, mako-compute nyo na yung value ng T. Okay? So, nandito. So, yung na-compute natin na height kanina is 7.9 meters. Okay? So, if that is 7.9 meters, ano? 0.0731 times 7.9 raised to 0.25. Ayan, raised to 3/4. No? Naka-formula yan. We have 0.344. So, that will be inputted to our definition, UBC. Say we have here 0.344, 0.344, and then we just add that one. So, ngayon, magkakaroon tayo ng item under the seismic definition. So, itong bagong item na to, just click that one. Okay? And then, we tick this one, self-weight, kasi kasali nga yung self-weight sa definition. So, we add. Okay? So, aside from the self-weight, sabi nga natin, lahat ng dead weights na naka-attach sa structure may sasali sa definition ng seismic. So, ano ba yung mga yun? First, meron tayong member weight. Bakit magkakaroon ng additional member weight? If we have a concentrated load doon, halimbawa, may naka-implant na column doon sa beam, so that will be computed as a concentrated load. Or, it could be a uniformly distributed load dahil doon sa binubuhat ng beam, it might be a partition. Normally, that is a CHB or concrete hollow block plastered both sides. So all of those shall be computed in details. To simplify our discussion, I'll just give you a simple computation of the member weight, okay, for our beam. And ganun din sa floor weight. Okay, so actually, there are three ways how to input the floor weight. First, we can use the define range option, no? Or we can use the group option, or we can create a plate on each framing system. So perhaps we can discuss that later, no? So what I'm gonna do here is the simplest, wherein gagawa muna ako ng group saka ko i-assign mamaya. Okay, for the meantime, since wala pa tayong group for the member and the floor weight, we are going to close this, no? Close mo muna yan, and then we now define our groupings. Okay, so again, you know where to find that. That is part of our tool, and then create new group. So dito mag-create tayo na para sa first floor. Ito floor load yan. Okay, remember, never nalagyan mo ng space yung name mo, kasi i-re-reject. Okay, i-re-reject ng software. So kapag may space yan, tingnan mo. Ito, black characters in between cannot create group. So meaning, wag mong lagyan, or kung gusto mo under sa floor. Okay, tapos ito floor naman yan, then okay. And for the third floor, say third underscore with partition. Meantime, I'm going to delete muna yung beam with partition, kasi we need to create a separate for the first floor and the second floor. By the way, itong roof flooring natin, ang ilalagay natin dyan mamaya is the ceiling load, no? So the ceiling load. So we create for the beam with partition, first floor, for first with partition. So this time beam, kasi may beam member yung natin paglalagyan. Then create for the second floor also, second floor, then beam, then okay. Second floor with partition. Okay. So ang next dito, we're going to assign all of this. Okay, assign natin. For the first floor, ayan, associate to selected geometry. Second floor, select this one. Then associate selected geometry. Ito yung roof. Then we associate to the selected geometry. First floor partition, we use the isolation technique. view selected objects only. So this time, select mo lang yung may mga partition. So kung titignan natin may yung plano, walang partition dito sa harap. Meron dito sa loob. Wala rin dito sa likod. So kung titignan natin ganito, we have this. Wala dito sa likod, no? Meron dito. Okay, so wala dito, no? Kasi itong mga outside partition, nasa wall footing na lang yan. Ang titingnan mo lang ay yung may mga partition na tapat ng grid lines na may mga beam. Okay? So that would be the approach. So we associate to that selected geometry. And then second floor partition, we select the whole structure, then isolate the second floor. So dito, we select yung may mga partition lang sa plano. Ito yung ating second floor, no? Again, dito sa harap, wala. So don't mind about this partition na nasa loob ng slab but outside the beam. So ang gagawin mo lang, itong mga partition, i-compute mo lang yan and then sali mo dun sa dead weight ng slab later on. So kung titignan natin, ang may mga partition lang sa second floor, okay, wala ito. Wala rin yan. Meron sa perimeter sa gitna. So, meron sa perimeter at sa gitna. Okay? What else? Wala rin dito, no? Okay, so, we associate to selected geometry. Okay, so, lahat yan may assignment na. So, lahat ng group natin is intact. Okay? So, hindi ko muna i-close yung create na group na yan. And then, I'll go back to my definition. So, again, yung item dito na zone, we add again. So, ito, sa joint weight natin, yung sinasabi natin dito sa joint weight is yung mga reaction na nakapatong yung truss. Perhaps we can create another group for that. Say, truss reaction. And then select here node, node. Then okay. So we use the node cursor, So select mo yung may mga yung joint na nakapatong yung support ng truss. See, I'll hold the control button, See, ito yung mga nakapatungan ng ating truss. Okay. So kung anong mga reaction, lalagay mo dyan. So we select that as a group para hindi tayo mahirapan mamaya. So associate to selected geometry, we associate to that nodes. Okay. So next is balik tayo dito. Add joint weight kung ilan man yun. Say for example 35 kilonewton yung reaction niya. And definitely magkaiba yung reaction ng both sides, So again, for discussion lang natin, I'll just assume that we have an equal reaction for all of the nodes on top. So, see, we add that one. So, ngayon dito, may question mark. Ang ibig sabihin ng red question mark is that hindi pa siya naka-designate. So, what we do, gamitin natin itong create new group, kaya nga hindi ko close, so that we can select the group we need, and then just highlight that, and then, this is the time that we check this one, assign to selected nodes, and then assign. So, yes. So, naka-assign na siya doon sa selected nodes na group natin. And then, tapos na tayo sa joint load, we go on with the member weight, say uniformly distributed weight. Dito magko-compute tayo ng ating distributed load. So loading type is uniformly distributed load in kilonewton per meter. So we can see that into our code. Actually, meron din akong pre-prepare na spreadsheet dito. So in your code, you can see this normal weight unit of full grouted CHB partition. Okay, 2.5 plus 0.24 kilopascal for each clustered faces. So 0.48 yun. Pag adin mo yan, 2.98. And then for the height of the CHB wall, meron tayong total of 3 meters, di ba? 3 meters, iles mo yung depth ng beam. No? Ang ginamit natin is 0.35. So we have a depth of beam of 2.65. So I'll just have to replace this one on my spreadsheet. Height of the wall is 2.65. So saan ang galing yung 7.897? So di ba kilonewton per square meter to? Ito meter. So we multiply that. We just multiply that. We will get a distributed load of 7.897 kilonewton per meter. So, if you need to multiply this by a certain percentage, kasi hindi naman 100% na ganyan yung weight niya, magkakaroon ka pa rin ng opening like may door doon sa partition or may bintana. So, you need also to deduct that. So, you need to, limbawa, 10% or 20% yung kalaki ng bintana against the wall. So, you need to multiply here. Kung 20% yan, 80% lang. Diba? So, that is the case supposedly. No? So, for the sake of discussion, again, we simplify that. And bahala na kayo later on na mag-identify ng mga bintana or the opening so that we can incorporate deducting those ones in our input. So, for the meantime, we use 100% muna ng weight of the partition. Okay, so we have here 7.897. Say weight of 7.897. Ngayon, pwedeng starting distance, ending distance, no? Ibig sabihin, kung buo yung beam mo, ito lang yung kailangan mong lagyan, you define that one, no? From 0 to 3. O from 0 to 3, bawa 6 meter tong beam na to. From 0 to 3, yun lang yung coverage ng uniformly distributed load. Again, those details will be your consideration later on. So, for the meantime, buo na may weight. So, we add that one. Then we close. So, meron na tayong member weight. So, what we do next is we highlight the groupings. Highlight. Okay. So, unahin muna natin first floor with partition. We highlight that. First floor with partition. Select this one and then assign to selected beams. Okay. So again, we create another for the second floor. So we add 7.897. Pero dito, pang second floor. Second floor, highlight. And then we assign to selected beams. Okay. So, ang susunod is tapos na tayo, no? Joint weight, member weight, as well as the self weight. So, ang susunod is floor weight. Again, ito, balik ka dito. Then, just tick add. Then, floor weight. So, group tayo. So, anong pressure sa first floor? So, ang pressure sa first floor ng ating dead load is unit weight times the thickness of your slab. So, ano bang unit weight ng ating concrete? 23.5, right? So, kung 23.5 yung ating unit weight, times mo lang siya sa 100 mm or 0.1 na thickness. So, ito na yung 2.35. Okay? So, if you need to add yung tiles, floor finish, say for example, floor finish, ito 2.35 slab with partition. Ito yung sinasabi ko, slab with partition. Inad ko yung mga partition sa loob ng slab, and then 25 mm mortar bed. So 1.06. Remember that this is in kilonewton meter, no? Kilonewton per meter. Yan. Pero ito, kilopascal. Saan yan? Yan is kilopascal. So what you do is, ito, sorry. We just multiply this by the thickness. 1.06. 1.06 times thickness. So all in all, if we need to sum that, we have 2.46 in total, no? So 2.46 in total. So we get that value, 2.46. First floor, add. See, parehas lang siya sa second floor. Add. Sa roof, sabihin na natin 0.24. Okay. So, I'm sorry, lahat pala kilopascal, ano? So, we consider that lahat na kilopascal, hindi pala kilonewton per meter. I'm so sorry for that correction. So, supposedly, ito, wala nang times 0.1 yan. So, in all, we have 3.41 kilopascals or kilonewton per square meter. 3.41. Anyway, edit na lang natin mamaya. So, for the roof, 0.24 yung ceiling natin. Add. So, edit natin to. 3.41. Change. So, we double click that one, then just edit this. And change. By the way, if you notice, wala tayong negative values dito. Kasi, mamaya sa load cases details, lahat ng pababa shall be defined as negative, no? Shall be denoted by negative sign, no? Pag pababa shall be denoted by, pero dito sa seismic definition, you do not need to do that. Lahat positive. Okay? Pati nga yung joint weight, tingnan mo positive. Okay? Mamaya na lang sa load cases details. Okay, so now that we are done with our seismic definition, okay, so we are going to add now load cases details. So we just take load cases details here and add. So ang unang i-add natin is the earthquake. See, we denote that by EQ X along X. Then we select here seismic. Okay, so we add for a while, and then EQZ along, or earthquake along Z direction. So again, seismic yan. Then we add, and then next is live load na, dead load na tayo, dead load, dead, say DL, so we add, and then the live load, say LL, then we add, then we close. Okay, so each of the load cases, these details, dapat may mga items dyan. So unahin muna natin yung EQX. So from that, add, and then seismic loads, factor and direction. So anong direction? X tayo, EQX, di ba? So just place here -1. Then take this one, consider accidental or torsion load. Factor is -1 also. So we add that one. Then we close. So do similar with EQZ. Add dito, and then seismic factor and direction Z. So this is -1. Consider accidental torsion loads. This is -1. And then we add, close. So dead load na tayo. Dead load. We add. So ano yung mga dead load? So dito muna i-recall lahat ng nilagay mo dito. So una muna, self-weight. So ito yung unang na-define, di ba, sa seismic definition. So again, lahat ng na-define dito, ilalagay mo dun sa load, dead load case detail. Okay. So una muna, self-weight tayo. Factor is -1, then add. What else? Ano pang nilagay ko dito? Joint weight. So, nasa nodal load. So, anong nodal load? Along Y, di ba? So, ilan yung nilagay ko kanina? 35 kN. So, this time, lagyan mo ng negative. Kasi pababa. Negative 35 kN. Then, just add. So, kung mapapansin nyo, question mark pa lang yan. Kasi hindi pa na-assign yan sa certain joints. So, for the meantime, ganyan muna yan. Mamaya natin ayusin. Then, member weight, may dalawang 7.897 tayo. So, member load, we have -7.897. So, the direction is along global Y. Pwede rin local Y. Anyway, horizontal naman yung beam natin. So, we just add that. Dalawang ganyan. Okay, add another one. So, that's it. And then, floor weight na tayo. So, floor load. So, group. So, ang pressure sa first hanggang second floor is -3.41. Select first floor. Ito. Then, add. The second floor. Add ulit sa roof. You change this to 0.24. Then add. And then close mo. Then balikan mo yung mga walang assignment. So, saan mo kukunin yung assignment nito? Balik ka dito sa joint weight. Okay? And then from the edit list, so, i-click mo yan para pumuti yun, and then just hold that and drag and copy that. Copy. Tapos punta ka dito, assign to edit list, then right click, paste, then assign. Okay, so tingnan mo kung anong naka-assign doon, in-assign mo rin dito. So do the same with this one. Ito para sa first floor, no? So yun. Okay, and then kunin mo lang yun, then just copy that. Copy. Balik ka dito. And then, just paste that one. Assign to edit list. Then, assign. Ito naman yung next. Pang second floor. Kunin mo na naman yun. Copy that. And then, go back to this. space, assign. Yan. Okay, so everything was in place. So ngayon sa live load, kung maglalagay ka ng live load, ganun din, live load. Eh, wala namang selfie sa live load, so I think live load is more on floor load. Halimbawa, sa first floor, 1.9 kilopascal yung residential. Pero lagyan lang natin ng 0.5. Kasi, nakapatong siya sa lupa. Diba? So, may bearing pressure din yung lupa. So, maka-counter niya yung pababang pressure. Okay? So, that is why we do not place a full live load sa ground floor. So, it is depending on your engineering judgment. So, we add that for a while. Sa second floor, ganun din. Ito, full na to kasi suspended slab yan. Add. Lagyan mo rin yung roof load. Sabihin natin, lagyan mo yung roof load ng 0.5. Add. By the way, hindi ko nalagyan ng negative sign. So, pwede mo lang balikan. Just double click that one. And then just edit this. Lagyan mo ng negative, then change. Okay. Then double click. Ganun din dito. Place negative here. Change. And then lastly ito. Double click lang. Lagyan mo ng negative. Just change that one, then close. So, tapos na tayo, no? Balik ka dito sa load cases details because you need to have a load combination. Say, ito, define combination. So, ano bang combination ng ating loading? So, this is a combined dead load and live load. So, I think we have here the combination. So, sa earthquake load 1.2 yung dead load at 1 na yung dalawang load cases, live load tsaka earthquake. So, 1.2 lang yung dead load. So, dun lang magkakaroon ng factor na 1.2. So, unahin natin yan. Balik ko muna. Unahin muna yung dead load, Just tick this single arrow sign. Yan. And then place the factor here, 1.2. And then, sa earthquake, along X, 1.0. At sa live load na, 1.0. So, sa Go 1 yan. Wag mo nang isama yung EQZ. This is another set of an earthquake combination to that of the dead load and the live load. So, add mo na yan. And then, ito, dead load. Again, 1.2. Earthquake along Z na 1.0. Then, live load 1.0. Then, we add. Okay na. So, pwede na nating i-close lahat to. Okay. So, our next thing is material. So, all of that will be concrete. So, select all and tick concrete. So, anyway, naka-define naman yung isotrophic material natin na concrete. So, we have no problem with that. And then, tapos na tayo dito sa general, no? Analysis. Then, no print. Add. And we just close that one. And then, preprint. Define commands. Problem statistics. Just add that one. And close. Postprint. Define commands. Select all. Okay, by this double arrow. Then add and close. So, tapos na tayo sa analysis. Okay? So, tuloy-tuloy na natin sa design. So, sa design, sa RC tayo, concrete, just place the current code, ACI, American Concrete Institute. And then, Select muna natin lahat yan. Then define parameters. This is the concrete covers. Okay, for beam, slab, and ayan. Bottom reinforcement, side reinforcement. Pare-pares lang naman yung ating clear cover, no? 0.04 usually. So, okay lang yan. So, we assign the first three, and then the FC prime. So, 20,000. So, by the way, yung default nitong FC prime is ano, no? 27,000, or that is equivalent to more than 3,000 PSI. Pero ang concrete natin, yung normal is 20.7, di ba? 3,700 kilonewton meter squared per meter squared, or kilopascal. So we assign that one. Then the FY for the main reinforcement is, ito ang default natin dito is for grade 62, no? For grade 33, we have 330,000 or 276,000. Then we assign FY secondary is 276,000. So this is grade 33, ano? So maximum main reinforcement, sabihin na natin 20 mm. Pagparehasin na lang natin dito 20 mm. Kung gusto mo, you can adjust to 16. Wag lang 12, ano? So 16 pataas. It depends upon your design. So we assign that one. And then track. So if you want to select a detail, pwede mong gawin yan. So I'll just pick 2, track 2, and then assign, then close. So lahat naka-check, ano? Kung may question mark dyan, ibig sabihin hindi mo pa na-assign yung parameters. So next, tapos na tayo sa define parameters, then commands. Design beam, do not assign kasi naka-highlight lahat. Add muna tayo. Design column, add. And then take off, add. So close muna. So kung mapapansin nyo, hindi naka-assign. Sabi nga natin, naka-assign. So sa lahat ng beam, you can now use this select cursor, beams parallel to X, and select beams parallel to Z para lahat ng horizontal are selected. Those are beams. So when the members are highlighted, you can now assign to selected beams, then tick this set. Okay, so design column, just select that one, then select beams parallel to Y. So assign. So another technique here is, yan, pag beam, ganyan ang pag-select, and then just press control, hold control, select mo na lahat ng beam. Yan. So ganun. Sa column naman, punta ka sa side view. Dito naman sa labas. Okay. And then hold control. Okay. So yan. So those are the techniques how to select beams and columns. So okay na tayo. We can now run our analysis. So analyze and run the analysis. Okay. So normal lang. So we view the output file for a while. Normal lang nalalabas yan. So if this UBC or IBC analysis has a tension or compression, yan, normal lang yan. So, kung mapapansin nyo, lahat ng details you need is already in place. Okay? So, may mga details yung beam at column natin. So, sa column natin, actually, meron din siyang interaction diagram. Makikita natin. Yan, interaction diagrams. And the details for the column. Okay. So, yan. Tie by number, spacing. Okay. If you want, you can double click. Concrete design. O, yan, yung concrete design. Sa beam, ganun din. Concrete design. Remember, yung mga result nito, you need to recalculate that one through spreadsheet. Ang gawin mo lang is, kunin mo yung mga moment nito ng mga beams. Punta ka dito sa post-processing, then apply the loading. Sa envelope ka, and then you view what you need. Stresses. And then graphs. The shear moment diagram sa envelope mas malaki. Kung titignan natin dito, may mga stress reversals kasi nga this is subjected to seismic. So kapag gumalaw yan, magkakaroon ng moment sa taas tsaka sa baba. Ibig sabihin stress reversals. Okay? So with this, I think I can now explore also animation. Yan. And graph and stresses, forces, weather and reactions. So that will be the analysis. Yan, reaction. Okay. So of course you wanted to refer to the design envelope. Reactions. Okay. So that ends our session for today, and you need to explore this. So thank you and good day.